Hello aspirants, welcome to Pragyān Veda IAS. We are on a mission to simplify the civil services exam preparation, namely the UPSC, the IAS exams and the KPSC, KS exams. As the theme goes here, that the information is profuse, the knowledge is scarce and wisdom is rare. We are living in an infodemic world. There is too much information everywhere. Especially when coming to an exam like this, like the civil services, there is too much of subjectivity, so much of knowledge in the name of newspapers, social issues, etc. We have to gather all that information, get that into consolidated consumable knowledge, and to study that, retain that in our brains, and to be able to reproduce that in the exam condition and come out of these exams successfully is the aspiration of every single candidate who jumps into these exams at the prime of one's youth and to prepare. But the reality hits hard. It ends up taking number of years. So, and why does it take so much time? Because the figuring out process to understand the each stages on our own will end up taking a lot of time. So we are here to add value to your preparation by simplifying and systematizing the whole process. So just to give what Pragyān Veda is up to, that we have a niche training model in which we guide candidates in a very concentrated way at each handhold and sail them through every stage of this exam, which will help them avoiding number of unsuccessful attempts. More than the knowledge, the understanding the process and the hit and trial method that they employ in preparing for this exam is the reality of the day. So to simplify that, and if we are making them aware at the early stage itself, a lot of time, especially the valuable time of youth, can be saved. And what is the plan B, in which candidates who have exercised multiple attempts, say 3 attempts, 4 attempts, and would like to have a private sector skill and to get into corporates and work and parallelly prepare for the civil services. This is something, a social security that needs to be provided. And we work in the industry, can impart that knowledge, have gone through this process and can very ably guide and give that social security for relevant candidates. What are some free initiatives that we are running on the YouTube are the prelim synthesis, the mains manthanam and the social thinker. The first one, the prelim synthesis, it's a 60-day thematic revision program cutting across all the GS syllabus, various history, art and culture, polity, international affairs, the environment, science and technology, security issues, all these topics we will cover very thematically from the prelims point of view. And the mains manthanam, across the main syllabus GS 1, 2, 3, 4, we have various issues. So any kind of exam, whether it is UPSC or KPSC, the themes remain same. Of course, for the KPSC kind of exam, some topics can be relevant to the state level, say Karnataka state. But all in all, the major themes remain the same. So in every year, we will have around 100 plus issues like that on a very broad level. So we will cover each of these issues that appear in newspapers in a very holistic manner, so that you will be able to analyze, understand and retain that in the memory and even practice some answers and to be able to reproduce that in the exam condition. This is the whole thought. And with respect to the social thinker, it is a initiative for the aspirants with sociology optional. I think the KPSC has removed the optional as such in the last exam, but all in all, so it is a good idea to have this social thinker for people preparing for UPSC. Even others can follow it. So what is the mission and vision? We want to be the premier knowledge imparting hub to people, especially the youths and professionals, preparing themselves to enter the market via in the public sector or the private sectors. Public sector via the KPSC, UPSC and all kind of civil services exams, and the private sectors, especially the engineering graduates or even some experienced guys who would like to upskill themselves and would like to enter the corporate. In fact, we need to add value to the capable people in public and private sectors. and we counsel people at all levels via coaching and training. What are some values that we are trying to imbibe is adding values to lives by serving knowledge. Rather than giving fish, teach a person how to catch fish. This is a proverb, right? So that is what, if you teach a person how things are and are making one aware, then the process is simplified, right? And being a perpetual learner, at no point in time we can say I have learnt everything in any field. Especially coming to an exam like civil services, we need to be updated always with the current affairs. And how are we going to do that? By consistency. And consistency is the key. Little thing done, the race is won, it is said. So be it any field, long period of endeavors will yield result, right? And how can we do that? Attention to details. We need to get hold of every single concept that is out there in every field, every subject, and not taking it as an imposition, but out of love and curiosity. And the last one, the direction is more important than speed. At times we end up doing so many things, but if we are not doing in a right direction, all our efforts go in vain. And even minimum efforts with a proper guidance can yield great result. And that is the whole thought. So these are our vision, mission and values in that respect. Now quickly coming to the KPSC websites and the recent notification for the KS exams. This video especially caters to the KS aspirants in the Karnataka Public Service Commission's ambit. So this is the website, just like the UPSC website. I have just now put the website on the top of the KPSC. Make a good habit to go to this website, list down all the tabs and see what is there in it for us. Just like towards the right we have for applicants, Department of Examination notifications every year if they are there, then syllabus, results, timetable, cutoff, percentages. So this is a very good one-stop resource fetching location for us. Try to make a good habit to go there and try to get the relevant information. Especially for this year's notification, go to the syllabus, especially from mains, and the notification also, so that we are not relying on secondary sources of information like some coachings or some other intermediaries. So get a hold of this website, especially for preparing for KPSC KS exams. Now quickly coming into the notification for this year. So this year we have a whooping 384 vacancies under the Group A and Group B, as I mentioned there. They have in Kannada things mentioned. So we have RPC and the Hyderabad Karnataka divisions, and number of seats have been allocated accordingly. But all in all, we have 384 numbers totally. So go to this website and try to register yourself. The applications are open on the website on the 23-24 notification, and I just gave the clips of the website for your reference. Now quickly coming into what to look into the notification that is out there. What is the eligibility criteria, process of application, what are the stages of this exam, types of the services. There are various types, the Tahsildar, there is Treasury Department, there is Income Tax Department, even Social Welfare Department. So Group A and Group B, all these services are mentioned and divided categorically. Just go through and understand. Then we have centers of examination also. Age and attempts related info is also given. And what are the syllabus for prelims and mains, that is very clearly given there. I have also included in this presentation. And optional in languages, there are some compulsory languages paper we need to clear, that is also there. And optional related info also they will tell if it is there in the mains. Then provision for scribe and percentage of disability for somebody who is physically challenged person. Then detailed syllabus paper wise is also mentioned in the main syllabus paper in the KPSC website. Now this is the prelims 2024 application has already begun on 4th March, and it is the last date is on 3rd April, and the tentative date is also given for the prelims. It is on 5th of May. We are not sure because the general elections are there. The tentative date is anyway given. we are expecting any changes accordingly. Since the UPSC dates have changed, now we may expect there would be a change in the prelims for KPSC KS exams. Now, what is the thought and process thought process and some data before preparing for civil services? This is just a wake-up call. Before preparing or even preparing for this exam, there are some things that we need to keep in mind that will help us in long-term basis. See, UPSC or KPSC kind of exam, they are not a kind of jobs per se. They are the part of the system, right? The polity and governance. So Constitution of India has under its part 14th UPSC and state public service commissions as constitutional body, right? So there's a lot of value for preparing for this exam in that sense, and it is an integrated process of preparation. Not that prelims is separately prepared and mains is prepared in another direction. No, it is all one. Even the interview, they're all one. They want to bring out a certain set of candidates who understand the thing, are capable, or have made themselves capable of entering the services and to help run the system. And it is a generalist exam. It is not a specialist exam. Just like say in engineering, mechanical engineering, a mechanical engineer is supposed to know in and out of mechanical engineering subject like machines, right? Theory of machines, machine elements, etc. But in case of UPSC kind of exam, it is to get a right fit candidate who is a specialist in one exam through which is achieved via their graduation, but are part of the system, because society is filled with lot of knowledge, right? It's a play of number of fields of knowledge. There is religious people, religion, there is science, there is polity, there is governance, there is international affairs issues, internal security issues. So history is associated, and everything has geography. So there are various fields of knowledge which are acting, and an aspirant or a candidate who is preparing or has cleared the exam ready to enter the services is supposed to be a generalist on a very broad level, and he or she can have expertise in one of the fields. So that is the whole thought. Therefore, it is said that we have to know something of everything and greatly than knowing everything of something. This is just one thought in that direction. And the society and social sciences. See, basically these exams are social sciences exam, right? The civil services. So all the science, technology, engineering, medical sciences, everything exists for society, right? Not otherwise. Therefore, social services or civil services become more important than other services. Even they are there to serve the society itself, right? From people comes society, and for society exists all fields of knowledge. Therefore, understanding that perspective, why I'm saying, because some of the people who are coming mainly come from engineering or medical background. They have this expertise mentality or natural sciences background, the science, chemistry, physics, maths. So it takes some time to fit our brain into the society and social sciences kind of a mindset, where subjectivity is more emphasized than objectivity, whereas in the natural sciences objectivity is more important than subjectivity, right? So that way. And the pipeline of candidates and exam process. See, number of people are preparing, not just, especially coming to the KPSC exams, people are not just preparing for KPSC alone. They are preparing for UPSC and other exams also, and KPSC becomes a part of it. And some subjects which are specific to Karnataka related subjects like rural development, agriculture, and history, geography of Karnataka, say budget and economy of Karnataka. These topics are separately covered, which are specific. But all in all, the preparation is very holistic. People generally prepare for the UPSC and also give the KPSC exams, the KS exams, right? So we have to make our mindsets also accordingly, preparing for this exam. And the Madhyam Marga concept, or the golden mean concept. See, the bureaucratic mind it's a middle path. Like, don't go to extremes, because the society is filled with various fields of knowledge, and to understand any issue, just relying on extremes or just one point of view will not be a correct understanding. So a right bureaucratic mindset is one which assumes and understands every single dimensions and political point of view, from historical point of view, from cultural point of view, from international point of view, from human point of view, from so various point of views, and sit with all the stakeholders and take a very calculated very middle way understanding and give a solution which is holistic and satisfies all the people. So that is the madhyam marga, because in all these exams you will see that extremes, people with extreme mindset are negated, are no removed from the process. So we need to be very balanced, make our understanding and mindset very balanced. Do not get into extreme thought processes. So that is the whole thought. So these are some idea in that direction. Next is the preliminary syllabus. I have just quickly taken the clips from this notification only. See, we have for the paper 1 and paper 2. In the GS1, the paper 1, we have general studies related to national and international importance and some humanities based topics. 40 and 60 numbers adding up to in terms of questions, and the answers are 80 and 120. So this is for the prelims and paper 1. And paper 2, we have general studies related to state importance, especially Karnataka, then general science and technology, environment and ecology, and also there is general mental ability, just like the CSAT in UPSC. So here in UPSC the paper 2 has completely general mental ability, whereas here they have general studies covered in both first and second paper, and the general mental ability becomes a part of the paper 2. And there is negative marking also in the marking scheme, that there are questions like that 100, and the marking scheme is like 1/4 of the allocated marks is counted for wrong answers for negative marking. And quickly getting into the syllabus in detail, it looks little subjective, but all in all they have outlaid on a broad level the subject: current events, national and international importance, history of India, socio-economical and cultural dimensions, political dimensions, and some national movements, especially emphasizing on Karnataka. See, all these issues in the UPSC we cover with national importance, but when it comes to KPSC and KS exams, the emphasis is more given on the Karnataka based issues, right? Geography also similarly, like that. So we can go through this notification on the syllabus in detail. Quickly getting into the main syllabus, we have here the qualifying paper also, that one is Kannada and other is English, right? And we have the other GS papers 1, 2, 3, 4 with the marking scheme like this. So total marks comes around 1250, and the personality test or the interview is limited to 25 marks only. So the total marking is 1275, right? And when we come and prepare for the exams, just before that, the qualifying papers we have to qualify at least by 35%, which amounts to around 52.5 marks out of 150, right? Each paper. So like that. And yes, so before getting into the general studies and where are we going to cover these topics, we have generally the static and the dynamic part. The static part we generally covered with the NCERT or even the state textbooks, especially preparing for Karnataka KS exams, the 10th level textbooks, especially with history, geography and economic kind of perspectives. And the dynamic part we cover via current affairs in news, say newspaper, one of the newspapers. And in Karnataka specific, we will refer one of the local papers, right? And some editorial analysis and some TV discussions if relevant. So just an illustration here that, see, this syllabus is made based on some understanding, right? See, just like I have given this illustration here, as the societal knowledge evolves on the globe, say from Indus Valley civilization, some Mesopotamia, the ancient era, the medieval ages, the modern ages and the current affairs. Say today I am in 2024. So as the society evolves, various fields of knowledge evolve, like polity evolves, economy evolves, environment evolves, and all the social knowledge is gathered. Say for example, this year the KPSC KS is conducting exam in 2024, and we have a societal wave like this, and there are various issues. There are issues just in the name, I have mentioned that in star like this. Some issues will come to surface, some tend to go down, and some go down. For example, the COVID issue was there some 2-3 years before. It was hot topic of the day. Nowadays we don't see COVID related news, right? The Russia Ukraine war was there in the news, but now it is fading away. Still it is there, but it's fading away. So some issues like this come to surface, some fade away, and some completely disappear. So UPSC or KPSC, when they are conducting exam, and the paper setters will look into this societal wave, what are the recent issues that appear in the news, and based on that they will frame questions around that. So when we have this kind of a mindset, the knowledge or the information preparing for this exam will not be overwhelming for us. At times we are very confused and feel very overwhelmed that the information is too much, the syllabus is too much, and we struggle with preparing ourselves and to hold that the right kind of information. Therefore this kind of an understanding will help us limit ourselves to the right knowledge and to get that into our system, right? So now as I said in the very beginning that we are going to have these initiatives called the prelim synthesis, mains manthanam, and the social thinker. So this is the initiative that is there, and these are the themes that we are preparing and are going to prepare and produce in the YouTube for your consumption. Cutting across various topics, there are broad themes cutting across the GS papers: history, geography, socio economical development, the polity, governance, international relations, science and tech, economy, environment, and social security issues, right? So there are various sub themes like this. So we will take every sub theme like this and cover 360 and produce a video on that. Like in art and culture, in under history we have literature, architecture. So every single sub theme has a lot of content in that, and UPSC or KPSC generally tend to ask questions around those topics only repeatedly. So covering them holistically will help us prepare for these exams in a very robust manner, right? That is the whole thought. So you quickly go through these themes. We will be launching our topics accordingly. Now coming to the mains manthanam with respect to the contemporary issues. The various themes, as I mentioned earlier only, there are 100 plus issues cutting across all GS papers. Broadly the themes are these only. There are history, geography, socio-economic development, polity, governance, international relations, science and tech, economy, environment, social security, and ethics and morality. So this is the broad theme for GS 1, 2, 3, 4 for UPSC generally. The bolded one GS 1, then the polity, governance, international relations is GS 2, science and tech, economy, environment, social security issues is GS 3, and the ethics and morality GS 4. Whereas in KPSC there is a slight modification with some additional topics. You can go through the main syllabus in their website. There are some additional topics like agriculture and rural development, data collection, analysis and interpretation, which is a social sciences concept, then agriculture and life sciences, state specific economy, history, geography. So these topics we need to separately prepare, but these broader themes will be covered through these initiatives. Now the social thinker, especially because some topics have come like data collection, analysis, interpretation, even some socio-political analysis, they can be referred for this initiative, because in many times in the sociology field, lot of static knowledge prevails, but lot of dynamic or current affairs based analysis is missing. So this is an attempt in that direction to have this sociological analysis on the current affairs. It will add a lot of value to especially people preparing for sociology optional. So this is all for this presentation. Of course the process seems very lonely sometimes. We are preparing for this exam, staking our youth, our energy, our jobs, but we are growing in knowledge. All these efforts, all this tapasya that we are doing will not go in vain. It will yield results, may not be at the current stage, but after some years, because we become such people with knowledge. We view society in its true sense, have perspectives on issues. It's very rewarding actually. So have patience and work hard. That is the way. And smartly, of course. Just a thought that I put up above, that pain of regret is pain of regret is greater than pain of discipline. Yeah, like this. So watch on our initiatives like Pragyān's prelim synthesis, mains manthanam, and social thinker, and get benefited. Thank you very much for your time.